So, hi everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to talk to you today. And I'm gonna to talk about my BA diploma that I did in this university. And I brought the printouts so I could pass it to you. Yeah, thank you. So my project, my zine is called The Silent Protest. And today I'm gonna talk about how I shaped my identity and experience of war in typographical reflections. So first of all, I want to show you this silhouette I cut out. And some of you may see here a plane. And if I gonna add some background, you will have a clearer image of what is going on here. But what will happen if I change the direction and change the movement of this object and place it into another context? And if you are from Ukraine, you probably recognize this drone that Ukraine is being attacked. This is a Shahed drone. This is Iranian drone, and I believe Russia started attacks with this like around a year ago, and they caused also blackouts in Ukraine. But what I tried to make in my zine is I decided to refuse this, realistic image of war, and I completely try to remove this background, remove this context, and change the image, change the mood of the work as you look through the pages by placing my objects one to another, by creating some movements out of the pieces. And I started to observe how they look together and how they change together while being compared to each other. And I started to place my objects in different situations, so the story changed. So this is my zine, this is my cover, and the silent protest, I made it with cutout typography and with my handwriting. And as you may see, I cut out the letters, but I placed something that just remained from these letters. So I placed this, cutouts that are not the letter itself that was intended to be placed in this cover. And this is my voice that is being lost in this flow of information. And in my work, I decide to totally create a totally delicate message and to make this protest, to make it active through something else. And I placed in my cover these childish drawings. But as you turn the pages, there is no any childish memories at all. And this is because the war for me happened in 2014, and a lot of us were kids. So when you turn the pages, you don't have this childhood anymore, because our feeling of safety and of our childhood is being lost to some extent, you know. And one of my messages of the zine is when all the words of the world have been spoken, it is worth writing them down at least once. And I make my handwriting as a statement, and I create in this moment. So I just document what I think about it, and I'm not, going to an action, and I'm not doing this kind of aggressive messages, and I invite you just to observe my work. And I started to place typography and to place different objects together. And yeah, so I am speaking to the people who already wants to understand me. So as they pay attention to the pages, pay attention to what is going on in the sign, then some interesting details shows up. And yeah, I tried to portray my love, grief, all of these different kind of emotions that I experienced. I spent in total around 9 months in Ukraine, and I also met their blackouts, New Year, a lot of things happened. But I also don't really highlight me in this work, because there are so many Ukrainians that have very different experience from mine. So I don't make this project like, I don't show it as my one, but this is something that others can understand, and this is something that others can recognize themselves in at some points. And I'm talking through a very saturated palette in my zine. And this is very different from the real picture of the war. And that's what makes my protest kind of screaming, while I am not trying to scream. And my journey became when I saw this message on the door in Mariupol. And this is a photo from the times where, people spent most of the time in these shelters. And they had to risk their life in order to, get out, to get some food. So they probably didn't have proper connection, they couldn't contact their other people via phones. So they looked for other people writing something down on a surface, like on a physical surface. And one person is looking for, I don't know, maybe close ones, and they're asking, where is she? And the other person replies that she is dead. And this is, I made this, out of this my diploma thesis. And I started to think about what is the role of handwriting in our times, and what can we achieve with it, because the previous example was a really bright indicator of human life, and it really didn't leave my mind. So I'm gonna show you how I shaped my identity in this project. And first of all, I'm from Kiev, so I tried to, keep this aesthetic of the massiveness of the city, of its industriality, and combine it with all of the range of emotions. And also, as I said, I made handwriting as my statement. So by my handwriting, I don't just handwrite. I don't just make like handwriting. I also combine it with digital tools, and I started to play with my characters and to show through them how I adapted to a new reality. So this spread is a very good example of how, of the, my adaptation to this state. So here I'm discussing the most scariest weapons that Russia uses against us. And some of those rockets are already crossed out. And this is not because they don't attack us anymore, but this is because we are getting used to those kind of weapons. And there are shaheads, and I crossed it out because our air defense forces are, it took some time to learn how to shoot them down, but they succeed, so it became our routine. Kinjals, Russia claimed that they are undefeatable, but also it was shot down one day, and it became less scary for me, so I started to less worry about this type of rocket. And the one that is not crossed out yet is the one that is, it is very unexpected one, because we cannot track it in the sky. So this is still something that makes me scared. And yeah, this is the way how we adapt, and this is the way I show how it became our routine. Yeah, so I've been to Ukraine in May, and in May there was like 16 airstrike on our city. And I collected some irrational statistics about it. So I drew there some dots, and they represent the 16 attacks on Kiev. And I wrote there that like 8 times I went to sleep during them. 6 times I was scared, and 2 times I was so scared that I went to the corridor to, to spend there some time. And these statistics, they are very subjective and they don't have any sense, but this is kind of illustrates how I felt during these moments. And they're so irrational that I'm flipping the letters, and it becomes like an absurdity joke. Yeah, this is my New Year. And, we didn't have snow during New Year, but there were rockets that were falling down right after the New Year started. So I also decided to write about it. And those are the rains, the snow that we got. And also, how I kept my identity, one of the way of keeping it, is that I decided to leave some Cyrillic script in this zine. And this spread says Misa launches. And, we are all familiar, like Ukrainians are familiar with those kind of graphics. And those are the reports that air defense forces give to us. So these are like, we get these rows of icons that indicate some weapons, the rockets, and they tell that, 25 of 30 has been shot down. So this spread says exactly the same thing, but I turned this language of war, I turned this language of the statistics into a total mess, and I am trying to make it, very irregular. And we have an application called Kyiv Digital that informs us when the air raid siren starts. So we got a notification when there is potential danger out of the sky is coming. So this spread says everyone to the shelter. And again, I'm trying to just, make a total mess from those letters. And there is a tiny translation in my spread. And this is so tiny that you have to distract from the spread itself. So you do something like this in order to see it. And I'm trying to trick the viewer, and I'm trying to tell the foreign viewer also that you are not able to understand this language of words, the language of cyrillics fully. So you still have to distract from the image, and you don't grasp the image on a full scale. And one of my classmates during the workshop says that your identity is also your memories, and when your memories are gone, then your identity is erased. And I kind of collect my memories because all my illustrations seem like memories, because I collect these pieces and I try to make out of them this illustration, the composition. And in my illustrations, there are 4 of them. I also seek for my own interpretation of artworks, and this is also my act of disagreement and act of protest. So the first one is dedicated to mass shellings of Kyiv, and I illustrate the shellings, like the rockets, as a massive hands, so as a massive power that takes away the electricity. And I used the view of my window because it's pretty industrial, and I just turned it into something different. And also there are other hands that are repairing, and other hands are helping out. And by this animation, I was trying to show that everything is close to a loop. So we are always in the state of destruction, recreation, destruction, recreation, and it never stops, And I draw there like small humans on the spread, and because sometimes all you can do is just to wait for electricity to be back. And yeah, so hands again, and I use here Munch's painting. And Munch was also telling about the war. He also, it was also his comment on the wars and what is going on in the world. And I also tried to paste this image so to show that everything repeats and we have the war again. And this is the new year, and there is hidden picture of a kiss by Munch. And Munch, I saw his pictures in Paris last year, and he was, painting this destructive love and destructive relationship, but in my case, in my spread, not the love is destructive, but everything around it is destructive and dangerous. Also, the third illustration is dedicated to blackouts, and there is another hidden painting. And what I like about this illustration is that each person gets it kind of differently. So some of people understand this as death, and some people read it as hand that just rescues light, rescues the electricity. And the tragedy, when I was creating this sign, the explosion on the Kakhovka Dam happened. And it meant that a huge amount of water was coming out, and it was, we didn't have, lots of control over it. And the first spread about it says, I will spend some time thinking about the worst. And then I say, but what is the worst, though? And I try to show that you don't know and you can't imagine what could be the worst case scenario. And you always live in this expectation of something that will, happen. And a lot of people were rescuing the pets, a lot of animals, a lot of people were drowning, and a lot of people were hiding on the roofs of the houses. So I tried to, put it also into my illustration, and I did it really quick because the deadline of the diploma was close. But I thought that this would be very important kind of thing to do and to include into my zine. And the cover I made out of this photo. And this is the photo from the apartment of my boyfriend. And I was so amazed that when they were kids, parents allow them to draw on the walls and do whatever they want. And, there was this strange lamp there, and there were like this thing over here. So, of course, I needed to do some editing, but, this was the cover. And for me, this childish images were really important for me because now we are grown adults and we have ongoing war. And as I already said, I felt that I want to put it into my cover. So the cover meets you with this feeling of the childhood, and now when you unfold the book, it is gone. And I did some I did some animations to these illustrations, and these are the photos from my defense. And those posters are interactive, so you can scan it and see the animation on through your phone. And I also did some videos, so. And do we have some time to play a short one?
5 minutes.
Okay, it's short. And this is basically the zine, so how you see the spreads in proper, in a proper way. these are my supervisors. So my theoretical supervisor was Josh Fu. My IT supervisor is Marcin Wichrowski. And Monika Marek-Hulska helped me to create this zine. Yeah, so thank you, and that's it.